Hello everybody and welcome back to Bedrock Survival with Fix, episode 155, which means this is a world download episode for patrons and YouTube members. If you want to grab it, you can grab it on Discord, and as soon as I get this episode out, I usually release a couple days before this episode actually comes out because I generally record a couple days ahead. So I'm going to try to get to a nice little mini wrapping up point, not a big wrapping up point, but you know, a nice place where you can come and check out the progress on the city and all that kind of stuff. And you can see what I'm working on is I'm working on the new area of the town. I need a name for this new area. You know, I had kind of joked last episode, I think, that I was going to call it New Town. And that was a joke. I don't think that's a great name. I like Old Town because I used to live in Montreal near a place that people called Old Town, and I really like that area. And so that sort of has a warm place for me. New Town, not so much. So we need a name. I'm thinking. Look, my gut tells me name it something with the word port in it because it has a port here. That being said, in the Realm of Vasten, the great name that Foxy Monoxide suggested for this season of that world is called Dawn Port, and I feel that is going to be a little bit of copyright infringement. So I need a good name. So if anyone has a good name for this section of town, please let me know, and that would be great. So what I'm doing is I'm just clearing up all the trees here because what I want to do today is I want to lay out roads in this town, and in this part of town. And to do that, I need to do some landscaping. And so again, we're kind of talking into a little bit bigger of an episode because the landscaping bit, well, let me sleep and I'll show you. The landscaping bit in this area, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, and I'm talking between the port and the walls, just over there. Probably not crossing the river yet. We'll cross the river sort of in all good time. But for right now, I just want to work on this area. And the landscaping is not too bad. There's just some areas that I want to either make a nice rolling hill or a cliff, but not in between, like not 2 blocks or 3 blocks tall. I want to either go kind of 1 block step ups or like 9 block step ups, right, for like a cliff. So that's going to be kind of the idea. Like there's going to be a cliff right over there that we can put some houses up on top of. And the other thing that we got to work out is where there's going to be a gate. I mean, the obvious choice for a gate would be this flat area, but man, that's kind of boring. So I'm almost thinking put a gate here, like in this nice diagonal. It might be a little bit more interesting to build a diagonal gate than a flat gate. I don't know. The downside of doing that here is that I don't have like the same towers, but I think even that could be kind of cool. So yeah, I don't know. It's something that we're gonna think about. The other thing to think about is this sort of wall that's going to be bridging over this, because I think that's going to be open. That is going to be open, isn't it? It is going to be open. So thinking about that, that's going to kind of change things. So the idea is this is not going to be a wall, actually. I don't think it is. I think this is going to be an arch that goes over and down, allowing you to walk sort of underneath here. So it's going to be like an informal gate. I mean, these people aren't actively at war. Maybe they were in the past, but they've been at peace for some time, I think, in general. So maybe they've opened up some of the walls in. So maybe we need a main gate over there and then a little mini open area here. I think we'll do that. I think that probably makes the most sense. All right, so the plan now that all the leaves and all the trees are gone, the plan now is going to be to do some grass landscaping, get this area definitely not flat, but not quite so jagged. So let's do that. It's coming along. I'm taking down this wall right now because I don't know. I put this up. I wasn't really completely thinking through the plan. I do have a plan. I have a plan. I had a plan. I just didn't really think about whenever I put this wall up. And I think this is okay. One thing I'm trying to do again is I'm trying to really make this nice and gradual, just so you can, at every place you can walk up. Like I don't want there to be any, like for example, I don't want any of this, right? So I want everything to be a one gap, so that way it's a nice rolling hill. Some of these dirt paths can probably go away. I guess I could probably just hose them, right? Yeah, that's how you do Minecraft now. Let's see, get rid of that, and we'll just use the hoe and then that will revert back to grass. Cool, or dirt eventually, then grass. Very cool. Okay, so we have this area, which is all done. I actually went down one lower than the dock here, and there's a reason why. That's going to save me time and allow me the freedom to put the road wherever I want without having to worry about digging down and then replacing all the grass. Because in this area, I think in this new area, the idea is people started living over there, right? And then more and more people kept being born. People were breeding like crazy over there. And what they eventually did was they outgrew it. So then they came over to this area. And instead of just haphazardly put down houses, maybe when they started this area of the city, they thought, hey, you know what, folks? Let's go in with a bit of a plan. Like maybe let's build the roads first, for example, you know, and have a bit of a planned community. Not exactly. It's not going to be exactly square or anything, but it's going to be more planned than what I have had so far. And I think that's going to be a nice way to differentiate this versus the old town. I think it'll be really, really cool. So again, I still have some areas like, see, these little like nubbins, like those don't need to be there. This little area right here, this doesn't need to be there. And then I'm going to get rid of all the grass, all this grass. I'm going to actually probably get some shears and shear it just so I can put it down later on course dirt. That's no good. That's got to be filled up as well. And yeah, and what we're going to do is we're going to build up from right here. We're going to go all the way around. And we're going to go like either 3 or 4 or 5 blocks wide from the edge of the dock, because these docks actually, I'm not sure, they might expand a little bit. And then I think what we're going to do is maybe dip it down, just kind of go downhill a little bit. That way these are the tallest points, so you can look down and see the city. So I think what we'll do is this will go all downhill into the town. I think that'll be a nice look. So everything will lead up to the dock. That should be kind of cool. I think it's starting to come along. You can see I have some nice, beautiful gentle slopes here. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like it. The thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to have any straight lines whenever I'm doing this landscaping. I think that's probably going to be helpful. So just trying to make, you know, as much as you can in Minecraft, make some curves and stuff, fill in the holes. A lot of these are going to be already raised up by a couple levels, so they don't need to be, it doesn't really matter. Like it wouldn't even necessarily matter if this was stone here, because this is going to be, basically it's going to be covered in stuff, and we'll get to that in just a moment. You know, I was watching B-Dub's latest Hermitcraft video where he rides some horses around, and just got me kind of thinking about things. You know, in this world, I have sort of neglected horses. I don't believe that I have any stables. Do I have any stables in this? I know I have llama stables by the mountain. I don't think I have any like regular horse stables in this entire world. Oh, no, I do. I have one right over by spawn, but I was thinking how cool it would be and a nice world building bit to actually have a lot of stables here. So that's going to be something that I'm going to want to add. Down over here, I did some cliff stuff where I have not decided yet whether I want to make these like natural looking cliffs, like with stone and cobble and stuff, or if I want to make them more man-made, like retaining walls. And I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for now, because I want to wait and allow the city to sort of grow on its own, and then decide what the city needs as a build, not necessarily force it on right now and then be stuck with it. So that's a good, interesting land bit, and I'm just going to now let that simmer for a little bit. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to set up roads and designs so I can start to put this city streets together and the outline of where all the houses and all the interesting stuff is going to be. Talk about roads a little bit. I think I have a system worked out here that I really like a lot. We just got to sort of verify that it looks right, and there's going to be one road that's going to lead from the downtown area over to here, and then this road is going to go up and meet right up here. Now, I think these are going to be a series of crop fields right outside the walls, so that's why it kind of goes a roundabout way, because there's going to be several different sizes of crop fields for various crops and things like that. Then it gets up here to the edge of the crop field, and it's going to turn, and hopefully this bends right. I want this to be a bit of a bender that's going to come over this way and then bend towards straight and get to this point right about here. All this landscaping has got to be done out here. We'll do that eventually down the road. Then this is supposed to be a fairly straight but diagonal road. I am going to try to straighten these roads out just a bit into right about here, where this is going to be a town center. So just to mark that, we'll do something like this. It's going to be a kind of a circle, I think, probably, where I can have maybe I don't know what, like maybe just some markets or something kind of simple and medievally and things like that. And then what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go kind of, again, straight line diagonals. Not totally straight, but like I'd like to be able to see a decent distance whenever you're going up or down this road. To down in here, where there can be a house down here. Yeah, see, if you're walking up this road, I want to be able to see straight up in there. I think that'll be really, really cool. Or if you're on the top looking down, that'll work as well. And then I think what we'll do over this way is maybe head at a different angle out. So we'll head sort of this direction. This is going to be kind of a star design, I think, with again, fairly straight roads. It should be pretty good, I think. And then we probably, what we need is very likely we need another one over that direction. All right, that's not bad at all. Not at all. Now, these will just be the main road sort of in this little area. Then coming off it, of course, there'll be little sort of alleys that go in all directions. And I really like that they're straight, but not on the XZ axis. I think that's going to make a really, really big difference. And then what we'll do is we'll have maybe another road that goes sort of over to this area of docks. That way there's two main roads that sort of go to the docks. I think that'll be cool. Then we just gotta, we'll build the roads and then we'll plug in houses. Now these roads are going to be wide enough that there's not going to be that much room for houses. So we'll have to keep that in mind sort of as we build. But yeah, we'll do a straight road right about here. Maybe actually a really straight road. That would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah. Yeah, and I think this area of town is all laid out. Now here's going to be the grind. Now, unfortunately for me, I have to go get a bunch of blackstone because I don't think that I have any. And that's going to make me a little bit sad because I'm going to have to go get a ton of blackstone. So, well, off to the nether I go, I suppose. So, yeah, well, that's kind of a drag. But here we go, to the nether. I'm back. I laid out some roads. This is actually the following day in real life time. And I had a question before we get into the roads. If you're watching this video, I am looking for something. I thought maybe you all could help me out. I am looking for a long-lasting survival Let's Play with ideally sort of world-building things. Okay, I'm looking for this series, but made by someone else, if you don't mind. I'll tell you the people that I know that I've watched for sure, and I'll probably leave people out. But I've watched all of Building with B-Dubs, all of Germ, all of Sausage, all of Whip, all of Wells. And I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a long-lasting single-player survival YouTube series. Long-lasting, right? Like more than 100 episodes or something like that. Just something that has some like teeth to it, right? Yeah, because I want to have some stuff so I can grind. I've been on YouTube searching like crazy for quite some time. I want survival. Single player, long-lasting world. Okay, so maybe if there's someone that you've been watching, I've watched Dallas Mead as well, although not the older episodes. I don't care if it's Java or Bedrock. It doesn't matter. Yes, I'm on Bedrock, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just a builder, so really, which version I'm on completely doesn't matter for these purposes. But yeah, maybe you could send me a comment of someone who you watch or watched and who I would really enjoy that you think. Okay, and I'll check everyone out who it gets suggested. Okay, all right. Yeah, so here's the road situation. Like I said, I'm leaving this area right here for now. What I do want to do is I want to build roads that at least go to about maybe here, because I don't know exactly what's going to go on down there. It's kind of too small for like two sets of houses on either side of a road, right? Like if I put a road down going like through the middle, it's too small. Like, I mean, the road's going to be at least this wide. So what? Someone's going to live in a 4 wide house? No. So I don't know exactly what we're going to do in this area. I need a good suggestion or a good idea. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it for now. I like the idea of it a lot. I just don't have a really good plan. I have thought we could go quarry, but that'd be super weird to have the quarry inside the walls here. So, or a farm, because there's going to be farmland outside the walls. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have a great idea. So I need a really good suggestion. Now, a couple plans have changed while I've been laying out these roads. I have decided to forego the city circle area because there's just not enough room. There's just not enough room at all. So I'm just going to leave this like here. Yeah, so if you look over here, like if I were to do a big ring, I did a small ring. This, you can't tell, is a ring because I've sort of, But with the size of the roads, there's just not enough room to have a really big circle, or else it would take up like all the space. So I just decided to forego it. What I might end up doing is just making it like a little bit bigger, like just something like this, right? And then just that being that. I think that's probably what we'll do, like not necessarily a circle shape like I was planning before. By the way, this one leaf, cannot explain it, but that leaf will not despawn. I may leave it there forever and ever as an artifact of this world. So yeah, so this is the plan. I think it's good. Let me fly up here and give you a bird's eye view. Did I do this already? I don't think I did. I don't remember. And then I'll talk about future plans of things that I want to do in this area, in this world, in the very near future, like possibly after this episode. I want to work on this thing that I'm on right now. At least I want to lay out sort of where this portion of the castle is going to be, and it's going to be very similar to that. I want all these different pieces of the castle to have a very similar vibe. I think that makes sense. So it's going to have a lot of towers and it's going to be more of that basically. But this is going to be I think this might be royal living quarters or something, because this is a really scenic view, right? So you'd want to have maybe your princesses or something might live up on top of here, so they can look down over the harbor with all the boats and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it's high enough that it's pretty easily fortified, I think, and defendable. So here's what we have. We have this for the roads a bit. I think it's cool. I will tell you right now, I thought I was going to love this straight idea that I have here, and I don't. I don't at all, because it's so straight and the other parts aren't really. So I think I might actually end up making this a bit of an angle, like maybe like a bit of a right angle, like take out some of this and kind of lead it to going over to about here, right? So I don't know if you can tell what I just did, like a diagonal line sort of, and we'll just strip some of this out. I think that's going to be better. And then what we'll do is we'll then place blocks kind of like here, like kind of maybe something in this area. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot better. Honestly, I think it'll be a lot better. So why don't I do that? I'll finish pulling it off this road, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about future plans. What do you think? What do you think? Okay, for one thing, definitely, let me get the cursor. This definitely bending is the right move, not having that straight. That's really cool. I think this is solid for houses, and I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm actually going to take some time, and I'm going to gather a whole bunch of, well, probably wool, and I am going to lay out basically this entire area of houses, and then we'll just build them. We'll just build them maybe a few per episode, take breaks, come in and out, work on the towers, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I kind of feel like maybe actually doing like a really solid shape building type of thing might get me out of my sort of comfort zone, because I might make some shapes that I wouldn't necessarily make if I were just building the houses. I think it could be kind of cool. Yeah, maybe. I might do that. But you know what? Either way, that's going to wrap up today's episode. I'm not really sure where we are time, actually. Usually I keep an eye on it. I didn't this time, so this might end up being pretty short, but we got some good work done. So since the World Tour episode, we have built these docks. We have built these castle walls, well, the outline of it, and the roads. That is not a bad start. In addition to, I'm still doing the grind over at the Ocean Monument, which I actually may end up working on later on tonight. And I'm just basically dropping rows of sand and drying it out 5x5 style. Taking a long time, but we're getting there. But I think what I want to do next episode maybe is actually start working on these fields over here and get in a little bit of landscaping work before we jump into the house building. So maybe we'll work on these roads and lay out some fields here. This area I've actually already landscaped. You can't really tell because I did it pretty minimally, but for the most part, you notice how it's kind of rolling hills. So I think this area is basically ready for crops. I just need to figure out where the little roads are going to be and then divide up all the fields, because I want to have where those fields are really big, I want to have smaller fields here and more variety. That's going to be the goal for this little area here. So we have a lot of stuff to do, but we're going to get to that next time. I'm going to zip up this world and send this out to patrons and YouTube members on Discord. You can check out that link, and I will see you all next episode from Bedrock Survival with Fix. Thanks so much, and please leave me a comment with some Minecraft survival Let's Player that I should watch. I'd really very appreciative, okay? Feel free to plug yourself. That'd be fun. Okay, love y'all. Bye, everybody.